No. Good morning, everyone. Persephone Jane here for my 2020 book review series, continuing right along through my year. Today we are talking about, oh my gosh, the glare is rough. Oh my gosh, Cosmic by Frank Cottrell Boyce. Okay, so I think this version is a large print version, which I didn't know when I picked it up. According to Goodreads, the only one with this like cover was labeled as large print, so whatevs. First, this story is about a kid who is very, very tall for his age and has facial hair. Like he's I want to say he's 13, and he's already like full beard that he has to shave regularly, right? And he's ridiculously tall, so he gets mistaken for adult frequently. Like the height is one thing, he talks about that, but it's the beard that really does him in. So because he gets mistaken for an adult frequently, silly things happen to him. Him and a friend decide to use it to their advantage, and then it goes haywire, of course, and then the ultimate using it to his advantage ends him and his friend on a spaceship, literally in space. I giggled out loud so many times. Boyce's writing in this book was hilariously on point. Okay, at one point I was reading in the park, and it was so funny that I turned and I explained it to my daughter, who's 12, and she was like, that doesn't sound funny. The day that I finished it, she mentioned that time in the park, and I was like, I don't even remember what was so funny. And she said, you said something about he got drunk and it was the pants problem. And I almost died laughing right there again, because after being mistaken for a dad, he's in this whole thing with other dads, and he has a couple shots of somebody's flask, not realizing that it's alcohol. And so he's drunk, and he blames the pants for being drunk. It was hilarious. I enjoyed it greatly. I laughed out loud, like I said, frequently in this book. I laughed out loud. And even, I don't know, halfway through, I still had no idea where the book was going. I assumed they were going to come home at some point, but I had no idea, like, not only how they were going to come home, but what the resolution of the book was going to be. Like, how do I explain this? Okay, I knew that he was going to come to terms with what it's like to be a parent, right? But he starts out the book already in space. So then he's telling, by recording on his phone, he's telling his dad about how sorry he is that he's stuck in space, and kind of like an audio diary. So through the whole book, he's just telling his dad about this. And so I assume at the end that they're gonna come home, but I had no idea how that was going to look. Not just getting home from space, but how the reuniting with his parents was gonna look. Like I had no idea where it was going at all. And so that's pretty great, to be halfway through a book and be still fully invested in it and still have no idea where it's going. I appreciate that a lot. It is middle grade, right? Because he's 13, maybe young YA. And I still just loved it. I loved it so much that I'm going to find his other books and read them and see if it's just the voice of this character, or is this character someone who is carried throughout other books, or is it just his writing style that I am thoroughly loving. Because I really did. I laughed out loud so much. When a book can make me laugh out loud to the point where my family are like, what are you reading? That's an author that I want to follow, potentially. So I'm definitely going to look up his other books, and I highly recommend Cosmic by Frank Cottrell Boyce. If you have read it, leave me a comment below and let me know what you thought. If you haven't read it, I apologize for any spoilers that may or may not have happened in this video, because I have no filter and I don't weed them out in any way, shape, or form. When you do read it, let me know what you thought. Thanks for watching.